It's the only stone left in this field. And there's stone circles and standing stones littered all around this area. I'd say there would have been so much more, but these whole areas were grave robbed, destroyed by landowners, all different stories. This is known as Lough Gur Tomb, and we'll have a wee look now. It reads here, this tomb consists of a gallery 8.5 metres long, which is orientated roughly southwest to northeast. The gallery is subdivided into a small western chamber known as a portal, and a main chamber by a large stone called a septal slab. The septal slab is built into the side walls of the grave and completely seals off the main chamber. The portal measures 1.75 metres long and it narrows inward. It was probably 1.3 metres in height. A large stone found immediately to the west was most likely a collapsed end stone. The main chamber is 6.5 metres long and it declines in height from west to east. The capstones are large and generally rest on its side walls. This is my first time seeing something like this. I've seen dolmens before, but this is incredible. Wow. Peek through there. Really gets the imagination going. And there's really just magical stones just scattered all around. I'm sure all these stones are worked and had purpose. Here we go, I've just climbed in. Bit of a tight squeeze. I was reading there was a family in Ireland that actually used one of these type of tombs. Maybe it was a portal tomb or a wedge tomb. And they filled all the gaps up with soil and mud and peat. So they were able to live in it. You can imagine that, how cozy these little things would be. And they're not little. The ingenuity in any rite is just unimaginable. The fact they worked these stones and were able to place them and balance them in such ways that for the most part, for even thousands of years later, they're still standing. Spirit of the rock. Time to emerge. Definitely energy alters in some ways. Maybe it's just being in a closed space, you come out, you definitely feel different. You can really get a size of its length. These side stones. Really is some size. And the stones you're working with here are huge. Must be upwards of 10, 15 tons. Maybe bigger. Like, look at the size of that. Like, is that not the stuff of fairy tales? Just being able to be out, seeing these old stones. These quiet little Irish roads. What druidical magic was being worked here a long time ago. It's fascinating. Golden Vale Drive. Sounds stunning. Woo! It feels so good up here. The fresh air. Seeing all those different mountains around me. It's probably the highest point I've been up in a long while, especially down here. Because where I live is generally quite flat. But I am a man of the hills. This is where I belong. This is where I will stand. Lough Gur has been called the Enchanted Lake. Some say that in ancient days there was a city where the lake is now. Even now, they say, one may see the drowned city, its walls, castle, houses and church, perfect and intact. That is the magical Knockfennel Hill. And that middle part right there with the darker bits of shrub, I think that's where the Red Cellar Cave is. It's overgrown now. The oak is one of Ireland's grandest trees and in former times would have been a very common feature of the Irish countryside. The acorns of this Irish oak, or sessile oak, have no stalks, and this differentiates from the English oak. In truth, these names can be misleading as both are considered native species. Ecologically, the oak is an important tree, supporting hundreds of distinct species of insects, birds and mammals. Excavations at the Giant's Grave, a Bronze Age wedge tomb on the lake's southern shore, reveal a hearth in which only oak and hazel had been burned. The reason for this remains obscure. Wow. And from the little that I've read, like, oak and hazel would have been very sacred types of wood. It's just so interesting that they were the only wood that was allowed to be burned. Incredible. Just shows you how much you can learn still from these little archaeological finds. Besides, this oak is absolutely mammoth. How thick its trunk is. Big ancient oak right beside the castle.
Breath on the cold air, filling up the sky, floating into the trees.
Catches on the road.
Hear the crows too. Oh little darling, it's a bright grey morning for you.